What's up, guys? I'm back with another movie review. Today I've got one from G Kids, distributed by Shout Factory, and it is Spirited Away. This is one of, if not the best, animated movies I've ever seen, and honestly, it's one of the best movies overall that I've seen. The story follows a young girl who's moving to a new place with her parents. On way to their new house, they end up kind of getting off course a little bit, and they come across this like huge tunnel. And her parents want to go in and explore it. She's too scared to go in, but rather than stay by herself with a creepy statue, she ends up following them inside. Once they're on the other side, it's like they enter this whole other world. There's like this abandoned kind of amusement park, and they're kind of looking around. There's really not much to see, but then all of a sudden there's like all this like fresh, beautiful food, and so her parents just start digging into it. And as they eat and eat and eat, they slowly, actually, literally turn into pigs, which is, of course, extremely shocking and frightening to the little girl. And this sets into motion a chain of events where she's kind of rescued by this guy, and he is kind of like telling her, like, hey, you're not in your world anymore. You're in this new place. And he explains to her the basics of what she needs to do in order to survive, because humans are not beloved in this different world. And so she ends up getting a job working at a bathhouse, and she's at the bottom of the totem pole. Everybody seems to just kind of, not like her or not appreciate having her around. But she sticks with it, and she hopefully, she can kind of stick it out and, do what she needs to do, and then eventually find a way to not only escape, but to fix the curse on her parents and return back home again. This is a Studio Ghibli movie. It is absolutely beautiful. It is one of the most visually impressive movies I've ever seen. And I'm doing this review in 2017, so this movie's 16 years old, and it is absolutely gorgeous. It's just stunning. I know now CGI animation is a standard, and I definitely appreciate some of the things Pixar's been able to do, but this movie is just light years beyond almost any other animated movie. It's hand animated. It's gorgeous. It's amazing looking. But we also have a really good story and a really good set of characters. A little girl who actually, seems like a little girl. She has, she's frightened. She's, freaked out at being in this new place. But she also has this really, really good inner strength. And she's just a really great, strong character. And for her to stand out in this is really impressive, because she's surrounded by really bizarre, colorful characters that would easily overshadow, a lot of leads, and she's able to stand out as a character, and that's a testament to how well written she is. It does have a really good story. It's very interesting. It's very bizarre at times, but as strange as this world is, it always seems like a real living, breathing place. It never feels like, like I always liked the cantina in Star Wars, but it always felt so fake. It didn't feel like there was it was an organic place where people was meeting. It just felt like it was, a place to stick a bunch of weird people, so you'd be like, oh, aliens. This doesn't feel like that. This feels real, and like it's an actual, place where an actual community made up of all these weird people. Everybody seems to have, a place and a role in this little society, and it's just really cool. I love this movie. I think it's amazing. Like I said, I think it is probably the best animated movie I've ever seen. It's one of the best movies I've ever seen. I can't recommend it enough. I got to see it on the big screen whenever G Kids brought it back around again, and it was one of the best experiences I've ever had at a theater. It was just an amazing movie. They also brought it back out on Blu-ray, G Kids, and they're distributing through Shout Factory. And it's got most of the same extras as the Disney release, except for a couple of there's like a thing with John Lasseter that's not here. It has a different set of it has subtitles instead of dub titles. From the Disney one had the dub titles. This one has actual different subtitles. The transfer is gorgeous, and this movie needs a gorgeous transfer. It's not a huge improvement over the Disney one, but it does have a better bit rate, so this is a superior transfer. I highly recommend Spirited Away. I would give it probably my highest recommendation of just about any movie. Even if you're not somebody who normally likes animation, this is just an unbelievable movie. It's a great story, great characters, beautiful visuals, amazing depth and detail, and just really interesting, memorable scenes. Like I said, I can't recommend it enough. That's Spirited Away. You can read my full write-up of it at markfusion.com. I'm also going back through all of the G Kids re-releases of these movies, so there'll be full write-up of this one, plus a bunch of other ones soon. I'm also on Instagram, Twitter, and Twitch at Mark Fusion, and also my site also is mostly though horror driven. So if you want all anime, you'll probably be or animation, you'll probably be a little bit let down. But I do try to cover a pretty broad scope of stuff there. But anyway, I'm on Instagram, Twitter, and Twitch at Mark Fusion, as well as on Patreon if you want to get exclusive content by supporting my channel and my site. But the best thing you can do is just hit that sub button. That would help me out greatly. I do greatly appreciate you watching this video. I know Spirited Away is the typical kind of thing that I cover here, but it's an amazing movie, and I love animation, so I wanted to take a minute to draw a little attention to it for the like 4 people out there that haven't seen it. Definitely check it out if you haven't seen it, and if you have seen it, you should watch it again because it's better every time you watch it. Thank you so much for watching this. I do greatly appreciate it, and hopefully I'll see you soon.